it's Lindy and Chris Brown. We're here doing our first podcast, Why We Love the Dub. We have here today Don Tomlinson from Lilies White.
Oh, hi. It's Steve Future from KW Mortgage Group. We're super happy to sponsor Chris and Lindy Brown at Why We Love the Dub. If you need any mortgage advice or want to just run some math, feel free to reach out to me at kwmortgagegroup.com.
Hi, I'm Victor Hussein. I've been practicing real estate law in KW for the past 28 years. I'm so happy to be sponsoring Chris and Lindy Brown in Why We Love the Dub. If you have any real estate needs whatsoever, please feel free to contact me at Hussein Law Office.
Hi Don, how are you doing? Thanks so much for joining us.
Hi Chris, hi Lindy. Thanks for having me. Your inaugural podcast. Fun.
So how long have you owned Lilies White?
Jeepers, I should know that right off the bat.
Age is showing.
Yeah, right? So I'm going to say like 1990, somewhere around there.
And this isn't your first
sense?
location where you are right now, right?
No, geez, for a small company, we've moved a little bit too many times.
I definitely remember your Belmont vacation, your location at Belmont Village. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a really fun area to be a part of. But then we were just looking to, sort of downgrade our space and letting go of all the home decor. So we were just sort of looking for something a little more off the beaten track. But yeah, Belmont Village was awesome to be a part of. Love that community.
Did you have a favorite restaurant when you were there?
I would say, so we've always loved the pizza at, what
Casa Rigatino.
Yeah, everyone's favorite.
Yeah. So even taking our now 37-year-old son for pizza there on Friday nights before the games, the Rangers games, like when he was a little boy. Like that's how long we've been going.
What a fun
there.
Tradition.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So I was thinking that maybe you wanted to tell us a little bit more about all the beautiful bouquets you do, because we've been blessed with a few of them.
More than a few.
Yeah. And fun to have those leftovers.
It certainly is.
Yeah. So I guess we use like very, very typical sort of regular flowers, but I think we just design with a little bit of a different flair, or like containers that are a little bit different than the norm. So we work hard at sourcing out those sort of things so that it's not just like the typical florist vases that you see loading up in people's cupboards and thrift shops and things like that. So that it really does incorporate into people's decor. Like
Nice.
That's always been kind of fun for us, and it makes our work more fun and a little more challenging. So yeah, we just love all the custom stuff, and we do design for literally every occasion, which pretty much pops up every day. But anything that you could imagine you would need flowers for, that's what we're all about.
I think that's what really blew my mind as I started following on Instagram, of how big you are in the community and how many big corporations you do their flowers. I was like, wow, like you're a superstar.
No, sure. Well, we certainly did a lot more prior to COVID. And then, of course, when the pandemic hit, a lot of that corporate stuff went by the wayside. So it was kind of nice this year to see, and even this past Christmas season, holiday season, getting back into corporate parties again. That was kind of nice to see.
Absolutely.
After a while.
And a little something maybe people don't know, what's your partner's name in the business?
Oh, so yeah, my partner is Donna, and so having names that are so similar, it can be a challenge, but we both tend to answer to both names just because it's been an issue for forever. Yeah.
That's so
That's
funny.
okay though. We also call each other wifey. So having the same nickname is kind of challenging too, but we tend to just use that for each other. So anyway.
That's so funny.
And over,
yeah,
sorry,
it's good.
No, go ahead.
over the years, you've certainly had a lot of community involvement, and some of those organizations and charities. I know you've participated in an awful lot of those. Care to talk a little bit about that as we were exploring the Dub?
Sure. I guess the big one for us for a long time, which we're not currently part of, but was the Hope Spring
Oh, yes.
Cancer Support Center, which I've had both friends and a family member participate and use the resources that Hope Spring offered. So it was always really kind of near and dear. But that was when we did the Hope Spring, what did they call it? The Ho Ho Ho, the holiday tour. So we would decorate people's homes. And that was really great when we were actually doing decor and decorating people's homes for the holidays and things like that. So all the flowers and the decor just kind of worked hand in hand, and we would just bring in hordes of material in people's homes and decorate it up. It was really so much fun and such a good cause. Let's see, what else have we done? The symphony, the garden tour for the symphony.
Nice.
We also supported.
That's a big event, right? The garden tour.
The garden tour. It's an annual event, and people open up their homes. So we'll be participating in that. It's a smaller level that we do there, just a few arrangements in people's homes. But we've supported the actual symphony for a year providing flowers to all their guests. And actually, even today, after I leave here, we're going to People Care in Waterloo, in downtown Kitchener, with Andrew Lake of Desjardins Insurance, and we're gifting all of the nursing care their bouquets.
Wow, that's
57 various bouquets. So
wow.
to give to all the staff and support people there,
That's
the
awesome.
nurses and so on. Yeah. So there's been a lot of things over the years that people have asked us to participate in, and we very willingly have, because it is really such great community, and some amazing work is done out there to support those that need.
That's fabulous.
And you've obviously been here in the community a long time, and you've raised your family here, and you have two sons.
So originally came to Kitchener-Waterloo from Toronto, and then Kirk and I have two boys together, and now we have two grandsons. Although sadly our grandsons and their mom and dad hightailed it to the East Coast.
I was going to say, were you going to say something mean about Chris and I that sold your son's house?
We might have had something to do with that.
Yes, it's your fault. Yeah, it's totally your fault. That's right, I'm blaming you.
I'll cook dinner for you again, Don. I will. Once a month.
I think you should maybe just buy my plane tickets.
Oh, there you go. Oh. Up the ante there a little bit, but sure, okay.
I was thinking of a little story that I wanted to share. The one time when I was showing houses, and at the end of the tour, the wife said to her husband, "Oh, I have to go to Guelph Street to pick up some flowers." And I instantly said, "Oh, Lilies White?" And she looked around with that look, and she was like, "They have the best roses."
Oh.
And this is a woman with amazing gardens. So I thought that was so cool.
That was a very high compliment, it's true.
Yeah, actually, I don't think you ever told me that. Thank you.
That's cool. Well, there you go. I'm holding back on you.
Neat. Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you.
So going forward, what are sort of your plans? Do you have thoughts of the flower shop and creative things you're doing this year?
Well, we're currently working on a website, a new website with some changes. We're just really in the initial conversations of that. We're hoping to meet with a new,
web designer. Yeah.
Seems there's a lot of people doing that right now in business. I think that's a cause of the pandemic almost. People are trying to reinvent themselves a little bit. Like, I know we're experiencing that too. So it's challenging, isn't it?
it can be challenging. And then, you know, as you go along in your business, you know, you grow, you change, needs change. Personally, things change for you. So I think a lot of that comes with, you know, sort of getting to the age where we are right now and wanting a little bit more freedom in our lives. So, yeah, some of those changes are kind of all related to that. Just developing more e-commerce.
Right.
You know, in the past, we've just had a small amount of offerings on e-commerce because we just did focus so much on custom. But we want to offer online arrangements that look as if they are custom and not, you know, sort of cookie cutter. So we're working on that right now.
Nice. Do you have any funny little stories you remember of a bad flower experience?
Oh dear.
Something not go according to plan, maybe?
Yeah. I actually am not thinking of it.
That's okay. You're perfect.
I'm not thinking of anything.
We didn't expect you to have it.
Our job is really to make sure that that happens. And the funny stories that are popping into my head, which I would not share, are more funny things that happen to customers in the shop or something like that. I'll tell you after.
Yeah. That's on the blooper session.
The outtakes.
That's a conversation that includes wine and not water.
Is there anything you're kind of hoping to see out of the region going forward? Do you have any input of change or highlights?
Yeah, we certainly had a lot of change go on in the community. It's been fast paced, hasn't it?
There's a ton of change. It's a really cool community with the amount of tech and so on that's going here. I don't know, like I think, you know, the last really big thing, which I know creates a little bit of controversy in the community, but was the ION. But I just think that elevates our community so much.
Yeah, I thought that was a great addition.
I mean, I think, yeah, I would like to see more shopping opportunities here. I know that, you know, there are issues with like local government where they want retailers, you know, just in certain areas and pockets and things like that. And I totally understand the business aspect behind that. But it really would be fun to have more than just like 2 main or 3 main shopping experiences in Kitchener-Waterloo.
And
I'd
maybe
love
some
to
more.
see more independence.
Yeah. More downtown stuff as opposed to out in the malls and that sprawl. I think we're trying to work that way with the, you know, condo development, stuff like that, focus people downtown. I hope that that's where they're going anyway. It seems to be.
Do you remember when the ION, the light rail transit, was first introduced and we all were like, no, you know, people voted against it. And then, you know, it goes into play and it really is such an opportunity to go from one end of the city all the way to the other end without having to worry about parking, gas, getting to all the shops. Like, it really ended up a great vision forward.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it elevated our city to be like right up there with any other major centers. And I mean, with the universities and colleges here and tech and everything else, there's no reason why that this all couldn't be developed. I'd love to see way more smaller independent businesses rather than the chain where, maybe this seems a little negative, but where every city shopping experience is exactly the same, you know, 30 stores. It's no different no matter where you go. So yeah, I'd love to see opportunities like that, especially being, you know, a small business owner myself, and you know, loving to see like younger, newer people coming in and great ideas and developing, you know, fun concepts. I wish that there were a little bit more opportunity for those people to, you know, to develop all those ideas and things.
It's so true. It's really nice when we do see new things pop up. I know just this week, Midnight Snacks is opening in Waterloo. That could be a little scary for all of us, but we'll check it out.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I actually hadn't heard of that yet.
It's freeze-dried
Makes
candy. Your grandkids will love it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll have to fly some out with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for them.
And so what are your big plans for today? Do you have a big order ahead?
Just this, you know, these bouquets that we're handing out
Right.
today. But otherwise, this week we definitely have some weddings. Well,
just some weddings
going on. Sorry, one wedding going on. Some weeks there are some weddings.
Yeah, I bet.
One wedding, celebration of life, just various orders. Working with a woman right now on putting together a plan for, you know, Lisa LaFlamme is coming home, and so there'll be an event for her in April. So working with some people on that, and just lots of fun, different, interesting projects, and certainly lots of birthday bouquets and different things. Yeah.
Leslie and I will actually be at that event, so we'll make sure we admire your flowers and take pictures.
Oh, very nice. That's
yeah, it's
awesome.
a big deal with Lisa coming back. It's nice to see she's being so well received.
Yeah.
It's an evening
Another
conversation.
great thing about the dub.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we have raised good people here.
Yeah, we sure have. Yeah, we sure have.
So it does sound like you do have an awful lot going on. How many people are actually working in your business? Is it just the two of you, or do you have others?
No, although we had more, and then when the pandemic hit, we sadly saw a few people say goodbye. And then basically, though, it's run by three of us now.
Wow.
So 3 of us designing. So yeah, keeps us hopping, that's for sure.
Sounds like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, we really appreciate you being on our first podcast. We look forward to, you know, talking about other things in the future and having you back for another visit. I know your sister and brother-in-law are very involved in the Terry Fox fundraising, so I'm sure we'll talk to them at some point too.
Yeah, they have been. And then, of course, with their move from Wilmot to Waterloo, thank you again for moving other family members of mine. I know that they'll be really involved in, or trying to get involved in, things that are happening in Waterloo. So, yeah, I'm sure that they would have a good time doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look forward to it.
For sure.
Well, we really appreciate your time, your expertise in the flower community, and we'll look forward to the next dinner together.
Well, thanks, guys, and we certainly appreciate your expertise in the real estate community, sitting in my lovely home that you helped me find.
Well, cheers, and thanks a lot.